How long it takes for anybody to show up. I hadn't been though. Not sure it's letting me go live actually. It's there's a video there. Hey Chipper, Carol, how goes it? The YouTube was doing like being like weird. It was like keeps telling me the video's still processing and stuff. It's like it's saying it's not really there. So what amazes me is that I paid good money for these glasses, and they're supposed to put that anti-scratch coating on them, anti-glare, anti-scratch. And I'm 100% sure they charged me for it. I'm not 100% sure they put it on here. Oh, that sucks, girl. Nah, they're still treading water down around Houston, I think. Houston's a day's drive from me. Uh, Houston's more like, I don't know, Louisiana or something than Texas. Anyway. Uh, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, unfortunately. Um, need to be annexed out of the state. Is her new heart doctor the one making her keep going back and forth to the doctor, or is there something actually going on? I didn't really have anything to talk about, but that hey, let's go do a live stream, see if there's anybody out there that still subscribes to me or not. I didn't expect there to be like a lot of people here anyway, because I don't know how many people are having. Oh, okay, Carol. And I'm going to assume that last one was a typo. Because that just sounds mean. I guess, as long as she's going blind, she's not blind. No. So there's that. Maybe I'm just reading it wrong. Oh, now I lost everybody. According to my new flicker up here, it says nobody's watching me anymore. Yeah, I know, Carol, but the one up above says, and she gets shot in her eyes every 3 months to keep her going blind, not from going blind. You dropped the word. Sup, you jackbooted thug. Yeah, I knew that's what you meant. There's somebody else I know. They have to go in and get those shots. I don't know what it's about, but I mean, they have to get the shots. How's the weather in Southern California? El Pirate, Mr. Monsignor Pirate Scooter.
Your daughter had to look up what Freudian slip meant.
Really?
Yeah. She told me, she said, I was at Jolly's. Holly's, I mean. I said, oh, was that a Freudian slip? She said, no, other people, I thought it was Tony Shaw.
Oh boy. Yeah, we actually, I mean, it didn't hit anything. The storm that smacked a couple of places near us, the just missed us. I mean, literally. It was weird. All it did, the wind screwed up a bunch of signs, the real high up billboard type signs or whatever. It tore around here. It tore those up, but and we had hail for what was that? We had hail 3 or 4 days in a row, 3 or 4 evenings in a row. It never did get big here, but we had hail. And then it kind of quit, and we just got rain. And Houston got smacked. That storm that went through Oklahoma or whatever that they're still cleaning up from or whatever, that actually that little bunch started down here, and by the time I got up there, it was big. It kind of swole up, quit, and then swole back up. It does that all the time though. I don't know why there'll be little storms form down around the Permian Basin, and then they'll track all the way into Oklahoma. Well, if they haven't died out by the time they get north of Abilene, they'll go ahead and they'll track up into Oklahoma. Seems like. Um, I still don't know how the people that died in Houston died in Houston. I don't know if it's the flooding or debris from the wind. None of all the news stuff I get on it just says 5 people dead. Dead of what? I care more about how those people died than I do about how many windows were busted out of that downtown building. Some poor rich bastard has to buy some windows. That's good for the guys that are replacing the windows. Oh, tell me the rest of the story about the stuff that matters. People's lives. That's why I don't know if it was debris, flooding, car accidents, flying barbed wire fence of death. There's a whole lot more to tell in the news than they would, but then they'd have to actually go out and do reporting. Are they the little ones, the little brown ones, or the big charcoal gray ones with the white racing stripes? Chipper. If they're the big charcoal gray ones with the white racing stripes or whatever, I'm sorry they got blowed up there. You keep them. We don't want them back. At least with those, though, the bites don't swell up so bad because when they stick their beak in, it usually goes all the way through the other side of your body. The little brown ones, they hit you get a drink, and they're gone before you even know they're there. The little fast-moving mosquitoes or whatever usually show up first, and then, he did. I got to go dump the canoes. The wind flipped them over and filled them full of rain again. Can you find those? Where'd I put those? Never mind. You know what? The little donut-looking things. Do they sell those up there? Look like a plug out of a hole saw or something. When you drill a hole with a plug through like OSB, it's looks like wood chips turned into a donut. Can you buy those there? I've never tried to buy them in Arkansas, so I don't know. I don't know if they're a local thing or a national thing. I know where they're at. I just didn't want to go get them. Well, they freaking work, man, and I don't know how they work. All I know is that you put them in the water. The cows and dogs can drink it, and it's not going to hurt them at all. Cows, dogs, cats, fish doesn't hurt them at all, but kills the crap out of mosquitoes. Well, it kills the mosquitoes and the little redworm larvae both. I don't know what it does, but it does something to the surface of the water and it messes them up. I have been known to take them to other people's stock tanks that are even close to here and throw them in. There's been some people getting in trouble around here. They don't want the bats in their house or in their buildings, so they've been getting rid of them. And bats are protected. You can't kill bats in the state of Texas.
They're migratory.
They're migratory. You can hire a professional to remove them, but you cannot harass or harm them. You can shoot one out of your building if it's in there. It's not like a Democrat or something. It can't just move into your house or business and stay there without consequences. I wish I'd have been there to watch that.
You would have took it out if you had been there because I'd have paid you.
Well, there's that. That would have ruined all the fun, though, huh? She had. Is it just one or two bats you've had? Just one. Who had? Somebody else has had bats. Who else has had bats?
Kirsten had one at the salon, and she was so excited. She got moved.
Well, those big tall buildings, like they get in the walls. And then every once in a while they find a crack that comes all the way inside. They're all over that barn in Colorado City. That little the Apaco barn or whatever. They're all in that wall. Do I? Maybe he wanted to check on his property values. Do the research. I mean, there's nothing wrong with putting up bat habitat. Just keep an eye on them. I don't know right now in Texas we've got major rabies quarantines going on. Not specifically for bats though, but skunks and foxes. I think skunks, foxes, and coyotes. Skunks, foxes, coyotes, and raccoons. The videos of the fentanyl deer are starting to pop up on the internet. I don't know if anybody's seen those yet. The what do you call it? somehow or another the deer are getting fentanyl in their system, in their, it's almost like what do you call it? What they do with the chronic wasting, but they're not wasting. They're wasted, but just like forgetting where they are and running into shit. And how long it's going to be before innocent kids start falling down from fentanyl overdoses and stuff just from grabbing handrails and shit in San Francisco. Well, these people are doing that stuff and sweating it out. What's that?
Yeah, but and it's something though that can go in the breeze.
Is that Officer Davila? I think Davila. I mean, he freaking died because the guy had fentanyl. I mean, the guy was whacked out on fentanyl, and he touched the guy, and just from the guy's sweat into him, he went into a seizure. Bats are cool though. You can get them to move in. I haven't heard any out here. There's not really any place for them to hang out. I'd be willing to bet they're in that silo though. I don't know though. It's a big metal thing. They may not have a way in. We had a few, but they over there where that little community used to be, but they pushed all them buildings down now. So um, those tall buildings. Those were perfect for the bats, but they're not. There's only one of them left now, so there's not that, and it doesn't have a roof on it. And the big cottonwoods with the um, bark and stuff, they're all there. We don't have those around here anymore. I mean, things have just changed too much for the poor bats. And I like having bats around because seriously, I mean, the more bats you have, the less everything else you have. Mosquitoes, uh, miller bugs, stuff like that. I don't see how them bats make a living flying around when they fly around to eat. I mean, they fly all night. But it's the same with the bull bats. Oh, they have a real name. I can't remember what it is. I hadn't seen any bull bats over here. There should be some. Um, do y'all have bull bats in California, Steve? The other name for them is nighthawks. No more cattle escapes. Um, come on, let me see the picture. Nighthawks or bullbats are a bird you're going to see right at dusk flying around, and they make a high pitched call, but then they do a drumming noise and a drumming clicking thing or whatever. And they actually have good enough hearing they can tell where insects are in the air, and then they fly over to where the bugs are. And they actually have hairs on their face, which are sensors. And if they can get their face close enough to the bug to trigger one of those hairs, then they snap and eat the bug. So a bullbat bat will starve to death if it loses a wing. They can't walk. They will not walk around on the ground and eat bugs. You can put live crickets in front of them. They will sit there and they will starve to death. You have to pick them up and you have to touch their whiskers on the side of their face for them to eat the bug. It's ingrained in them that far. And the old antennas that people used to have on their cars, the free antenna that was out there on the hood or top of the car or whatever, there used to find bullbats around here all the time with their wings cut off from those. So I need to get out there and get that corner post put in and get that other wire run, though. I forgot about what's that red cow's name? No, the other one, the one that's coming. I'm fixing to be cow poor, I know that. Hey, David. That's Chipper was just talking about the mosquitoes. That's if the mosquitoes are bad, the ticks are going to be bad. And somebody showed, man, I wish I'd have saved that. That would have been something. That would have been a good link to share. It was they put something on their pants legs, and it showed just exactly how many ticks are trying to get on you. It was the why you put your pants legs inside your socks or whatever. But they had some kind of sticky stuff on there, and man, they had the tape that they put on there was white, but it wasn't white. And it's insane, man. And that's what we run into that when we were in Oklahoma that one time. We got so freaking covered up at what are the baby ticks called? They got a yeah, disgusting. Well, see, you got bats, and then you got bull bats. Bull bats are a bird. Bull bats and nighthawks are the same thing. They're a bird. They're actually one of my favorite birds. I haven't even been out looking for them though. Had those several that used to come over there and fly around the other property. I used to stay out there and watch those for hours. That might have been it. And see, bull bats are like just a giant mud swallow, but they don't do that old disgusting build a mud house on your porch, which I got to get those off the front porch. I know that's where they're doing it. I see them flying around all the time out in the front. That's the only cubby there is. And I mean, I live and let live and all that, but no. There's bridges all over the place. Go build up under there. Okay, Steve, see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Turkey vultures won't attack anything. They're not hunters. They're eaters. They like their food given to them. Have you seen when you were going to work, babe? Did you see that turkey vulture sitting under that tree? Did you ever notice him? He was down there every day for a week. Apparently, the guy had shot a cat or something, a bobcat. And the vulture was just chowing down on it in the shade. I guess it was the same vulture. Well, it's not right by the road. The house that they cut all the trees down in front of it, right by the intersection. It's the guy that actually does the wildlife management stuff, I think is who you said lives there.
Oh, on the other end of 152?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, I haven't been on that road forever.
Never mind. I have seen a few dead snakes on the road and seen one snake track here.
I saw a snake across the road yesterday on the way home.
What kind?
She told me that. No, snake crawling across the road.
Was its tail on the road or was its tail sticking up? Then it's fine.
That's fine, it's going across the road, not towards my house.
Well, rattlesnakes don't drag their rattlers, so
No, it wasn't the right color for that.
uh,
It was a bright, bright.
oh, that's going to be a bull snake. Well, it could be a bull snake or could be a gopher snake, depending on how big it was. It's hard to tell the difference between a gopher snake and a bull snake until they get up. The bull snake gets full grown, because a gopher snake stops at 3 foot. They max out at 3 foot. Bull snake don't. Bull snake go all the way to 9. If you see a 9 foot gopher snake, it's not a gopher snake, it's a bull snake. I've only ever seen 2 9-foot bull snakes. And that's an impressive looking animal. The one I still can't believe I didn't get run over for it. Stopped right in the middle of one of the busiest streets in Snyder, Texas. Got out of my truck and took a little freaking orange flag. He stood in the middle of the road and stopped traffic while that snake got off the road.
The other day, the man and I was going to go check the property, and the guy stopped in the middle of bickering because of us. He was trying to help a squirrel get across the road.
Well, now that squirrel's on its own, but that bull snake's so different. Actually, I had a guy stop and help me towards the end of it. He was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Just grandpa bull snake. I'm letting it get across the road without somebody running over it and going home and bragging about the giant rattlesnake they killed." He's like, "Oh, that's cool." And he started to go there and poke the stick. I said, "No, man, don't touch it. That'll make it turn around. It's big enough to where it ain't gonna run from you. It's gonna turn around and bite. Just stay close to it or where it can see you, and it'll want to move away to cover." The damn thing was doing fine. That's the reason nobody had killed it yet, because it was in the turning lane. And it had just started leaving the turning lane when I saw it. And there was like 6 or 8 cars coming. And I just whipped in there and stopped real quick. It was just an impressive snake. Let's see, Arkansas. How many different kinds of rattlesnakes y'all got in Arkansas, Chipper? Y'all got the timber up there, don't you? Timber in the eastern? Or y'all got the westerns? Which are y'all on this side of Mississippi? Y'all gonna have the. Hey, I might have both, actually. You'll have copperheads. Y'all should have water moccasins up there. Is it too cold up there for water moccasins? Maybe not. Okay, that I was trying to figure that one out. And let's see what are the types of rattlesnakes? Oh, what types of snakes live in Arkansas? was actually right with my first bunch. Copperhead, Cottonmouth, Timber Rattler, and Western Diamondback. I was wrong about the Eastern, I think. Now this one I didn't, and you have the coral snake up there, so be careful with that. Oh yay, you Western pygmy rattlesnake. Page not found. How about you kiss my ass? Chipper, Google pine snake. And tell me what it says, man. It describes it as a heavy-bodied snake. Man, I got all kinds of snakes up there. I'm gonna go snake hunting when I get up there next time. Oh, y'all got the coach whip. Never mind, y'all got the coach whip. I can find those down there. But y'all got the pygmy rattlesnake. Eastern hognose, Texas coral snake, Western diamondback, timber rattlesnake, cottonmouth, and copperhead, all up there in your part of the world. And apparently there's y'all got like 50 different kinds of snakes up there. And a crayfish snake, man, I'm gonna have to Google snakes when I get off here because I ain't never heard of no crayfish snake. I've heard of a mud snake. And I've heard of the green water snake. They kind of look like a cottonmouth, but they're not. Oh, that sucks. Y'all got corn snakes. Y'all got the pretty corn snakes up there. Come on, swing place. Never mind. It's just a constrictor. I guess it's pretty though. Said heavy bodied. I just assumed it was going to be a pit viper. Yeah, man. You can pick them up and play with them if you want to. Well, let me explain something to you. The pygmy rattlesnake is like the honey badger. He just don't give a shit what you want or not. Those things can, you can put an entire adult rattlesnake in this freaking baby food jar. Now they get bigger than that. I've killed several of them thinking that they were baby rattlesnakes, and didn't realize no, baby rattlesnakes don't have 4 or 5 rattlers. You're just like, oh wait, they're called a pygmy rattlesnake. There's a white rattlesnake too. Those are cool. We don't have those here. You got to go to other side of New Mexico to get those. Then you got the rock rattlesnake. Different name for it. I mean, there's a different, but they come in hues all the way from brown to purple. I climbed all over the Davies Mountains trying to find me a purple rattlesnake. I would have settled for dark pink. But they're not like regular rattlesnakes. They don't let you know they're there until they have to. So you could literally, their camo so good, you could literally be within 5 foot of one and he just doesn't make a noise so you don't see him. You go cross-eyed looking for them. You need to find them. You got to get off of the trail because they don't like people's. That's David. That's why a lot of people kill the bull snakes, because the bull snake coils up, does the S deal, makes a hissing noise that sounds like a rattlesnake, and rattles their tail. They actually do a really good job of mimicking a prairie rattlesnake. But that shit should only work on dogs and horses. If a person should be able to tell the difference. And the more bull snakes you have, the less rattlesnakes you have. The end. The best way to get rid of rattlesnakes is by having bull snakes. Just make sure that your wife understands that certain big giant snakes are your pets.
No.
Yes, he was.
No.
Murderous.
Snake is good unless he's dead. Snakes are evil.
If the storms ever quit, I'd like to go to Arkansas. Okay. Need to wait until after you know who gets here, and then I can see the next generation, or we can see the next generation when we're there. Yeah, Houston got hit bad. Not bad enough that it's still there. I don't have anything against the whales and the dolphins and the tuna fishes and the flounders and stuff. So I guess I don't really want Houston to wash off into the ocean. I thought the Angry Prepper he was talking about moving to Texas or whatever when we ran into him when we were over in Kentucky when they were doing that um, storm stuff over there. That tornado they went through there and messed up a bunch of stuff. Anyway, um, he was talking about they were going to move down to Texas or whatever. Now I found out he was they were talking about moving like to Houston. I'm like, man, that's not Texas. I guess though, I mean, New York or Houston. I don't know if you brought a New York attitude to Houston, you might get killed pretty quick. That trash talking they do up there, and that stuff's not going to go in Houston. I don't know, maybe. Uh, I have not been in Houston or a suburb of Houston since before I married that woman in there. No, Houston's just dangerous, man. Houston's nothing like the rest of Texas. Houston's a big um, blue cesspool. That's all I know. That's all there is to it. There's a lot of money in Houston. There's a lot of rich people in Houston. They stay to one side, and then everybody else stays to the other. A lot of the people that down there that think they're doing all right, you know, they're making 50, 60, 80, 90, 100, $150,000 a year, $200,000 a year. But for Christ's sake, they're living in Houston. So they're paying twice, three times what anybody else in the state of Texas is paying for rent. You can't breathe. You cannot go outside in the summertime. It's it's a swamp, man. Houston's built right in the middle of the swamp. Houston's actually people don't realize that Houston's uh, a harbor. I mean, it's built around the river and the bays and all that stuff. And the ships coming in and out, and just like Beaumont. But I like Beaumont. Beaumont's what Houston used to be back a long time ago. You get down there to that part of Texas, you're driving through refineries on streets. You're stopping at red lights, waiting for your turn signals and stuff underneath plumbing for refineries. They handle a lot of fuel. That's movie Civil War or whatever. I mean, I want to see it, but there's no flipping way the United States of America is going to let Texas secede from the nation because Texas refines too much of the oil. It's not just producing. Texas refines too much of the freaking oil. I mean, they make the gas and pipeline it everywhere else. We need to do is get an administration in there that will let us build more refineries. They should not be pipelining fuel or oil from the Dakotas all the way into Mexico to get refined. That stuff should be being refined in the Dakotas. The end. If they want to do refineries and stuff down there to try to compete with the refineries up here, that's fine. But they have their product can't be brought back into the U.S. unless their plants operate under the same or higher EPA standards than we do. These tree huggers, save the planet people, would put as much pressure on China and Asia proper, all of it, in South America and stuff like that, for them to do everything greener, then that's boom. There's into man-made global warming right there. That boom, no more giant continental size or continent size trash patches in the oceans. They're not going to do that. I have a video on my phone. I need to upload it. It was talking about 15-minute cities. I actually wish we could go back to 15-minute cities. We had them. We grew up with them. If you think about it, people back in the day, we already had them. You could go to the corner grocery store. Your mom could give you a $5 bill, tell you to go get some stuff at the grocery store. You could go over there. You could be over there in 5 minutes on your bicycle. There's a reason there was a basket on your bicycle. There was a reason that what do you call it? That little bracket on the back behind the seat was so cool because, you could carry shit on it. All of us old dudes grew up in 15-minute cities. Then they killed the 15-minute cities. Now they want to bring them back. The reason they're trying to bring them back is because when they bring them back, there's going to be mandated, controlled. It's not like it was before. It's not that you're going down and you're helping Bob put his little girl through college by buying your groceries from him instead of driving the extra 45 minutes to the grocery store. That's what killed America, was people not being willing to help their neighbor pay their bills. Simple as that. Later, Carol. I don't even know what that's an hour. So they ain't really been talking about anything anyway. Actually, took it pretty easy today, so I figured, what the hell, I'll do a live stream, sit here in my pajamas, and talk to you folks. So that's what I did. I'm hoping I get to go to the matinee tomorrow. We'll see. I want to go see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I have not missed a Planet of the Apes movie yet. There's the one with the big spaceship and the time traveling chimpanzee and the monkey flying the spaceship thing or whatever. I could have done without having watched that one. Goldberg, I think. Is that his name? That one sucked. But the rest of them pretty good. Hey, Rachel. How's was it Lance and Phoebe? Doing pretty good. I remember both that damn name. I'm gonna give myself a cookie as soon as I get one. You got any cookies? I was so close. I don't get the cookies. There was an E on the back end of it. Chloe, not Phoebe. Yeah, I saw somewhere one of those things where you posted on like, wow. She got on walking shoes already. Yeah, I just started my diet back. We had cake the other day. Zero carb supper. Oh, see, I hadn't had a soda in a few days. I only actually allow myself a soda a day. But most of the time, I don't even do that. If I buy a 12-pack of sodas, it may last me a month. I mean, let's be healthy and stuff, but if you got to give up everything that's fun, why bother? But I'm pretty sure there's people out there that think I'm like stone cold against drinking or whatever, but I'm not. I actually think that drinking's good for you. I just um, don't. Um, I just I quit going to them early. Had very too many friends that didn't have a problem with drinking every day. Um, Three of them didn't make it out of their 20s, man. So, yeah. One guy literally parked his dead ass on his mom's porch. Flipped his car twice. Came to rest on his mom's front porch. Hey, see, that's me, man. The Dr. Pepper and peanuts. I mean, I don't know if I could never have another Dr. Pepper with. And see, want the salted. I want salted and roasted peanuts. Or if I can find the roasted ones with the red shell on. Either way, I'll take it either way. I don't know how many times that was my lunch or supper. When I was running my welding truck, I'd take the Dr. Pepper, get a big old swig, and then pour the bag of peanuts in there, and drink the Dr. Pepper and eat the peanuts while I was driving from point A to point B to go right back to making money. Or whatever it was I was doing. And hello, tradesman. Good to see you. I tried the Coca-Cola and peanuts. I didn't like it. It's all right, I guess. But they ain't a Dr. Pepper peanut. That's how I got putting them sunflower seed kernels in there. I wanted to shoot him. It just seemed like it was something. It seemed like he was going against the natural order of things. But then I remembered this is America. And it's one of the biggest sellers around here is pickle juice shaved ice. I can literally hear your mouth watering. I could hear it. They're actually really good. Oh man, now I want to go to Sonic. freaking milkshake and some fried pickles. We haven't had fried pickles in forever. Those are so good. Dad, you're gonna drown now, aren't you?
Yeah.
My wife has a bib that she keeps in her purse, so whenever we're in the store and we have to go down the aisle that has pickles on, she can put the bib on, so she doesn't ruin her clothes. Um, was it the other day? Where were we at when somebody dropped a big old one of those, the half-gallon jars of pickles, and that's all you could smell was dill pickles in the whole damn place? Where was that at? Was that me and you or me and your daughter?
Do what?
The other, a couple months ago, somebody dropped a half-gallon jar of dill pickles in the store. That's all you smell in the whole store. It didn't matter where you went, you could smell dill pickles.
What do you mean?
All the parents were having trouble. The kids could smell it, and they were all homing in on it. And they were having to like chain them to the shelves and stuff to keep them from going over there and getting in the broken glass, trying to salvage the pickles. Kids go feral when they smell pickles. Scary. We actually buy pickle juice. We have, we have we have jars that have just pickle juice in them. We keep it in the refrigerator and we keep it cold and we drink it on ice. Um, Freeze dried dill pickles. Well, that's interesting. I never thought of that. Do they taste like pickles? Don't start reminding yourself, Chipper. It just makes your hair grow gray faster. My grandson is going to be a senior next year or a junior. Tyler going to be a junior or senior? My youngest kid is one birthday away from 30. Yeah. You're uh, I guess your kid's word is eager to start a garden as ours. Good luck, Rachel. Would you move to stateside just so you could get a job, Rachel? Why are you working? Where are you working? I was actually playing around with the idea of getting another motorcycle again the other day. But I don't think I could stand it up if I laid it down. So if I got one, it'd have to be pretty small, pretty light. I don't get another touring bike, that's for sure. And that's fine, Rachel. I was just playing with you. There's, and actually, man, still not 100% sure. I ain't going to do it, but thinking about buying another building. I'm making more than working. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's there's a fast food franchise over here that actually pays their people more than the hospital or the nursing homes or the home health care places pay their certified nurses assistants. But y'all pay the insurance won't pay for a healthcare provider that's needed. You know, won't pay a decent amount, but uh, for a CT scan that takes all of like 10 or 15 minutes, they'll pay close to $3,000. Yeah, that's it's just stupid. And a friend of mine, he does it, and his wife does it, and I can understand why. They can They can work at local hospitals for $30 an hour. Or they can travel. They can do travel nursing to the small rural hospitals around and get $45 an hour. Still not 100% sure how that works. The one healthcare facility around here, they don't have any. Well, they have a few local nurses, but the top of the food chain nurses are all travel nurses. And y'all are in y'all wound up in Alaska, right? I actually wish they would make that they would make it harder to get your nursing degree. Because there's some people squeaking by that ought not be getting by, I don't think. Maryland. That's like the opposite end of. That's like so not even close to Alaska. But you're from Alaska, okay. Never said I was good at keeping track of where people were from or at or anything. So, it was good to see all you people. Well, we got Rachel. I wonder who all's still in here. Tradesman, David. See, there's 5 people. I don't know if all in there. Awesome. Thanks, Jennifer. I knew that they were in Hawaii. I knew they were in Hawaii. Yeah, I knew Alaska feed in there somewhere. And now that she said that, I can remember the conversation. She was explaining all that before, which was actually in somebody else's live stream. So, in my defense, I probably wasn't paying that close attention to the conversation. The live streams that there's more than one conversation going on in the side chat or whatever, I tune all that out and just start listening to the guy that's talking. How old is Lance now? Like 4 or 5? 4? 5. Please tell me it's not older than that. One thing I can promise you is that the older you get, 5, okay, the faster time goes. And I don't necessarily mean that in a good way. The and I don't know how to explain it. It's just like the days take just as long to go through. A Monday is still a Monday. A Tuesday is still a Tuesday. But now, day before yesterday, it was the 18th of May. Not the 18th. I mean, the 18th of April. Not the 18th of May. It's like it was May or April, and then boom, it was May. Like, and May's half gone. And I've been talking to people. It's like it's not just me, it's everybody. It's something that happens the closer you get to the finish line, the faster that's where it's all downhill from here. It's you just notice the time going by. You don't pay attention to how much time's behind you when you're a youngster. And so the last thing you knew or you were paying attention to, there was a 2-year-old blonde-headed kid that you were giving his mom a rash of stuff about cutting all his little curly locks off. And then, shit, he's 5. Do you ever let his hair grow back? Yeah. Boom, 30. I was 2 weeks ago, I was changing Tyler's diaper. And now he's fixing to be a senior. He's posting pictures of himself with girls. He doesn't think girls have. When did he switch from being girls have cooties to girls are cool? I don't even remember the transition. It's just like boom. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm scared to death that they got Elijah or his first haircut when he was 2. I'm scared to death he's not going to want to let it grow back. Talk about somebody with curly hair, that little. Now I still don't know what to call him. I don't know whether Elijah's blonde or whether he's a ginger. I don't know. He's like right on the cusp. He's not as close to being a ginger as his cousin, but man, he's close. If the sun hits him and his cousin's hair just right, you think it's red. But mostly it's blonde. His uncle is, if the sun hits it just right, you think he's blonde, but he's a redhead. So, I used that? Did I say ginger? I didn't. Sometimes I say ginger when I'm talking about redheads, and I don't mean anything offensive by that. It's in case the people, the gingers are out there listening or whatever. Please don't come to my house and burn it down. Hey, C103. Mark's probably a ginger. That's probably why he spoke up. He's like, he's talking trash about us redheads. Come on there and whoop him. Mark will just come over here and string perfectly stretched hardware cloth over all my windows and doors, and I won't be able to escape my house. You know, that's just the way you said you were doing that wire to make it come out like that. That's the same way my mom used to uh, stretch the fabric when she was doing the upholstery work. Mom used to do upholstery work. Not like for anybody else, but my dad was a furniture upholsterer. They had a store and everything for a while. And then life. I ain't trying to keep in. He put up a video on how to stretch the wire. And I didn't meet uh, Mark until he'd already gone silver. So I don't know. He could be a ginger in disguise. That's why you can't trust Santa Claus. I don't trust Santa Claus for shit. I know that bitch was a ginger before his hair turned white. You know he was a redhead. He's sneaking around in people's houses, eating their baked goods and drinking their milk, and he's always got coal on him to leave for payment. He's an Irish coal miner. Unemployed. probably addicted to methamphetamine. That's why he keeps breaking into people's houses. What I need for Mark to do is get bored with being in Alla, Georgia, or wherever he is, Georgia, and come over here to Texas. And, you know, I'll just put a pile of sticks out there and some nails and some screws. Some written instructions about what I'd kind of like all that shit turn into. Just let her go to town. Yeah. I think you burnt that bridge, Chipper. You're in a very short, hey man, period of time. You're going to become the Santa Claus. All of your spare cash and cash that you don't have is going to just float out the window headed towards the little princess's house. Whether it be the cute little will only be worn once shoes or the adorable will only be wore once little dress or uh oh my gosh, these sheets are so adorable, or a 40-foot teddy bear. Yes, she needs a 40-foot teddy bear. Yeah, there's no telling where the money's going to go, but it's going to go. It's going. Just kiss goodbye. Just a little, man. Ooh. Wow. How's that barbecue pit holding up? Key, you think? Oh, that's right. Do they know? Or are you just pulling? Just around uh, Savage. Nothing against you folks. Oh, these are my pajamas, dude. I got on. I'll show you these, but I think these are actually pink flannel pajamas. They were comfortable, so I bought them. Well, they've got pink in them. Well, light red. Uh, oh, it's confirmed it's a he. Oh. All right. That's you lucky dog. Uh, the I wouldn't have been worth the shit if my daughter had a girl. I was due a grandson though. The lately it got to where That's all he wanted to make was little girls. Which unless I'm try to sneak over there and steal one of those to go to the movies with me. See how it works out. There's only one of them that's old enough really to go to the movies. I've tried to take both of them, but that one is really annoying. I love her to pieces. I like taking her to the park and stuff. But it's just now park weather. And she's in doing so much stuff that I can't really never know when I'm gonna get her. Well, does your wife know Savage? that was, that was a joke. The congratulations. We went to the resale shop today because I love resale shops. They're like one of my favorite places to be. Yeah. Um, you're either going to find all kinds of stuff that you absolutely don't need, but you buy anyway, or you're going to buy clothes and this, that, and everything else. There was actually a really cool apartment computer desk thing or whatever. If I'd have been thinking half-ass straight, I would have gone ahead and picked that thing up. It was $25, and that would have held that TV. It's a little late now. Anyhow, um, then there, not this one, but another one. I was in one of them the other day, and the the maker's mark on it in the date on this piece of furniture was 1902. It was all there. There was nothing. Somebody had what do they call it when you spray paint something and make it all different colors and shit? Somebody had destroyed it. No, the chic stuff that
Oh, that, yeah.
whatever it's when you take perfect good antique furniture and make garbage out of it. Anyway, uh, it was a secretary. And if you don't know, most you people all know what a little secretary is. It was an absolutely beautiful piece of furniture. Um, it was uh, it had the little rollaway thing. It was fancy. You could the rollaway still worked. Went off without a hitch. The canvas was still good. Everything. All the drawers were still in it, and it actually had a a swing. You you pull it, and another table came out and made your work area bigger. It wasn't your it wasn't a little role play. It was a full blown secretary. Those things always wind up in that one. I mean, it was going to take you weeks or whatever to reclaim it, but I think they wanted $60 for it. There was I saw another secretary in another one. This one was one of the square ones that you you opened it and the cabinet door laid down and was actually suspended with a little cable, and then your filing deal in your little drawers and stuff were behind it in the thing. Um, and it, I honestly don't think the people knew what it was. Um, it had some kid had got a hold of it with a Crayola, I think, and there was some scuffs and some scratches. I think it was like $39. And that was going to be an 1800s piece because the cable wasn't the original thing. That I could tell. But no, we will not, man. I was y'all sitting here talking about all that. I was over here daydreaming. Um, the table that y'all are sitting on is from the 1920s. It's uh, didn't realize how antique it was when I got it or whatever. Uh, the the varnish is it's really old. Supposed to be waxing it pretty regular. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but I've got the the uh, the luster is coming off. The chair still look pretty. Yeah, I stole this. Had both leaves, and it was only missing one chair, the Edmonds chair. The This table came with 8 chairs. One of them was an armchair with the high back, and it's gone. Uh, it was for the man of the house. 6 of the chairs are still in perfect shape. One of them, the cross member, I don't know what you call it, in the bottom is broken. It's been repaired. You can still sit in it. It's a beautiful thing. We only ever put one leaf in it. Um, I started to buy the chairs that were there today. They were the metal chairs. You can buy those chairs now, but they're not the real ones. And you guys know, I know you people know the metal chairs that the front legs came up, went back, and then curled up. The front legs were all one piece, and then the back legs were one piece, and that they were bolted together. There was 2 rivets on either side holding the chairs together, and then there was they put the padded seat on the bottom part, and then they had that thing they put up on the top or whatever. That's from those chairs are so 1950s, early 60s. That's when the vinyl was taken over. Everything was it what they call it, Naugahyde? Anyway, those are like the best kitchen chairs ever. They're like literally the best chairs to sit in. The Apaco barn, yeah. Just I've switched all my energies from the Apaco barn to the homestead. We have more livestock than we have ever had, ever, since we've been together. Well, I guess if you count total number of birds, no. We got stupid on chickens there for a while. It was fun though, until they all got poisoned. That sucked. Actually thinking about buying another one and get it for a fair price, but it'll be actually for my daughter to use until she doesn't want to use it, and then I'll sell it. Yes. Hair straw. You know what's funny about it? C103, it was patterned, but those seats were yellow on those chairs at the thing. Man, I didn't look to see what the price were on those because we're trying to do a more minimalist lifestyle here. We don't want a bunch of junk. I actually threw a bunch of stuff away the other day. Um, I suck at this minimalist stuff. I'm looking right now, and there's just crap everywhere. Because it just annoys me that that people don't realize. And the thing that horrifies me is there's some woman that's going to buy those chairs, and she's going to spray paint them purple or something, and or put redo the seats in cloth. No, remove the rust and get some vinyl, recover the chairs. That cotton's probably still fine underneath that vinyl that's there. Me and a friend of mine destroyed one. We used the chairs for everything but chairs. They were red vinyl. This was a fancy table and chairs, man. I would give anything to find those chairs and that table in a barn today, in that condition. When we asked if we could have them when we were kids or whatever, and they said, "Yeah, I would." If I found that table and those chairs in that condition, yeah, that was a long time ago, but they were old then. They weren't worth anything. They let us kids have them to play with. They were the IKEA of the day. They didn't know when they were building them that they were pretty much indestructible. There's plenty of metal in them. Coming up on 2 hours. And I'm gonna get off of here. Yeah, it's 10:45. We gotta get up and find us a steeple to go hang out with the people in the morning. So, thanks for coming by and hanging out. Miss seeing all you folks. I will try to get on here and do live streams more oftener. Thinking about trying to do a couple during the daytime, during the week. During the afternoon heat or whatever, come in here and do a live stream instead of be outside in the heat, kind of thing. So, you have no idea. Some guy he wants $9,000 for a freaking K car. Was a $9,000 new. I almost went and tried to buy a Citation. This guy pulled his mom, grandma's, or whatever. Anyway, they pulled it out of the garage. Is early 80s Chevy Citation with only 83,000 miles on it. They look like a brand new freaking car. the seats, the dashboard, the headliner, everything is a little manual. A little bit gray. It would have been a perfect car. But anyway, uh, the amazing thing about it is it was still running and it had 80,000 miles on it, and it was a Chevy Citation. Had to turn that around to a Chevy too. I was telling about that little Citation you showed me the other day. But anyway. I didn't even want to think about what my Monza would be worth right now. Don't want to know. God bless you, people. Y'all stay alive. Yeah. Yeah. I will see y'all next time. All right. God bless. Was it Chipper? If I say I stay alive, don't die, I can close it now, right?